All right, we are back with the League of Legends Amateur Summoners Tournament, our second matchup of the day, and we are already getting on into the champion pick and ban phase. Once again, this is going to be Inertia taking on Frank Fang Gaming. Frank Fang Gaming will be on the blue team, while Inertia is on the red. Once again, I am Tasty Bacon, joined by Cyber Owl. If he's there. Yep. There he is. Alright, so first couple bans coming out. It is going to be Callista being banned away from the Intense Mango.
I love that name.
I really do too. It's a pretty excellent name. This is a reworked...
I really like that name.
So, and then we see Ziggs getting banned away from Golden Glue. He's definitely makes a very good Ziggs player. He's a lot of he plays a lot of those kind of AoE champions, Ziggs, Orianna. It's I'd say those are probably two of his more frequently played that we've seen of late.
I'm actually really surprised to see Callista and Urgot being banned out here. Especially considering how those two picks are they're on blue side. So if they wanted one of those two picks, which they are relatively strong laners, they could have go ahead and picked one up themselves, but instead they opt to ban both of them, Ziggs and Rek'Sai being banned out here by Inertia.
Yeah, we'll have to see what else they decide to go with. Of course, both teams having one more ban to throw out there. See what Frank Fang wants to take off the board. And it will be the Cassiopeia. Although I'm pretty sure that one is banned against Astro and not against Tsum. Just gonna make that a guess.
I don't like the jungler's name from Inertia. Just saying. No me gusta.
And so Hecarim being the last ban, it is going to be instantly Frank Fang Gaming picking up the Gragas. Very likely going to be thrown onto 14A there. Gragas, an incredibly popular jungler in the current state of the game. And we see it being answered with the Janna and Sivir. So going to be grabbing their AD carry right off the bat. There were a couple of them banned there. Well, mostly one. Urgot's usually a mid pick nowadays.
It's going to be Golden Glue hovering over that Ashe. Pretty sure he's going to go with the Ashe mid. Been seeing it so much in Challenger. I'm being so sarcastic.
I mean, you were talking yesterday you wanted to see an Ashe get played, so...
Maybe, I do still want to see Ashe get played, don't get me wrong.
Maybe Frank Gaming's just going to be giving you that one.
Nope, it's going to switch over to... Oh, no, actually not going to be Azir. It's going to be Corki and Rumble being picked up here for Frank Fang Gaming. Janna and Sivir already having been picked up here for Inertia. It's going to be interesting to see who they actually decide to go for here. Astro and the Intense Mango picking now. And they pretty much have open reign to pick their top laner and jungler right now. If they leave their mid lane pick for last, it would allow them to really choose something that can counteract anything that Frank Fang Gaming can put out. Because we don't know if that Corki is going to be mid or if it's going to be AD carry. And it looks like they're doing just that. They're going to pick Nunu and Maokai. Hopefully they lock that in and they decide not to switch over to showing their mid lane pick. They already showed their top lane pick out of Frank Fang as well as the jungler. So it only makes sense to go ahead and pick those up yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, both of them are extremely strong at the moment. Maokai, he pretty much knows he's going to be up against Rumble in the top lane. So if Izunari wants this Maokai, it's because of the fact that Maokai actually can do decent against Rumble. Rumble obviously Rumble pretty much has the advantage against almost anybody early on. He is just so incredibly strong. But Maokai has the ability to kind of go toe-to-toe with him a bit. He can build some magic resist early without it having to affect his build. And with the healing from his passive, he's one of the few that can actually deal with a Rumble top lane. Of course, Brandon Futawa is a phenomenal Rumble player. We've seen him on it a couple times already, and he has always done extremely well for himself. Does look like they are leaning towards putting Corki in that mid lane if Latman decides to take this Lucian pick.
If he does go for that Lucian, it's gonna really allow Inertia to pick something that can provide heavy burst, simply just to deal with the fact that Corki provides that much burst as well. One thing we also have to take note of is the fact that Corki in the mid lane has a tendency of going AP as well. It's not surprising to see them go Triforce into Luden's Echo. So it's going to be interesting to see where he actually itemizes. And it's going to be Lucian Nami being picked up there for Frank Fan Gaming as their last pick. What the hell?
I'm pretty sure that's going to get changed. Pretty sure that's still going to get changed. Actually, you know what? Maybe Zillion mid. Just go for it.
Zillion mid was a good thing. It's going to be interesting to see how well it works considering the rework. Now, switches over to Kog'Maw. I like Kog'Maw mid.
Yeah, we are going to see both teams going with that the duo kind of 80, duo 80 carry mid, although Kog'Maw obviously going to be building AP instead. But it's just easier to refer to him as the 80 carry because that's what he's typically used to be known as until everyone kind of realized, oh man, if we just build him AP, he absolutely melts people from an insane distance with his ultimate. All right, so everything is locked in now. We know what position everybody's going to be playing in. We see on the side of Frank Fan Gaming, on the blue side, it's going to be Brandon Futawa in the top lane on Rumble. Gragas for 14A in the jungle. Golden Glue in mid lane on the Corki. And then Latman and Bonquish making up the duo lane on Lucian and Nami, respectively. And apparently Cyberal doesn't feel like doing the roster for the side of Inertia Gaming. So we have Izunari
as Kog'Maw mid. The Intense Mango as Sivir, and Tsum LFT. Hopefully people know what LFT means on Janna.
You forgot the first two.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Well, then it wasn't heard.
Isunari on Maokai and Dank Jungler on Nunu.
There you go. I think your microphone was muted for the first two that you said. All right, so looking at the two team comps, it's actually pretty similar in terms of the fact that they have, someone big and tanky in the top lane, a big tanky jungler, although Gragas, I do have to say I like a little bit better than Nunu for the late game team fighting. And then both teams putting a champion that was traditionally an 80 carry in the mid lane with then a pretty standard bottom lane, I'd have to say. It'll be interesting to see how well Intense Mango can shield out the bubble attempts from Bonquish. I think that's going to play a large factor in how this bottom lane plays out.
No, we will call it Fatawa.
I see. I was originally saying it was Brandon FTW. That was what I was originally saying, but CyberL here just would not let it die. Always had to
Nope.
say Fatawa. I still say it's FTW. I just kind of caved in. But you know what? Just for you, I'm gonna go back to Brandon FTW. Because I knew it was right all along. So with just a couple of seconds left before we get to the loading screen, how do you feel that these lanes are going to play out?
I feel like the mid lane is going to really be the lane to watch. Golden Glue versus Astro there in the mid lane. It's going to be really dependent on which one gets ahead. Kog'Maw mid does snowball very well if he does get some early kills, but also struggles with the fact that he's not very mobile and is going to be forced to take heal over Corki's Ignite. So if Corki can go ahead and get the advantage, it would be definitely beneficial for Frank Fan Gaming.
Yeah, I think another key spot to watch is going to be this jungle. Nunu bot being the skin of choice is one of my favorite Nunu skins, but Nunu is just kind of known for his counter jungling and being able to get into the lane or the jungle of the opponent and clearing out his camps while he's busy either ganking or just trying to clear out his initial camps. So we'll have to see if, Gragas is more known for being able to get really effective early ganks down. So it should be interesting to watch how that plays out between the two teams as we are now getting onto the Rift. And Frank Fang Gaming on the blue versus Inertia Gaming on the red. We're just about set to get underway. Inertia Gaming, if they can win this matchup, it would be theirs. They've already do have a win against Frank Fang recorded on the season. And if they can manage to do it again, it will put them in an extremely strong position to lock up that number one seed. Actually, I believe it would. Yes, it would actually clinch the division for them if they win this game. So Frank Fang, if Frank Fang pulls out the win, then they have the opportunity to tie for first place, but they would still need a little bit of help. Inertia is in the driver's seat right now.
So simply based on that, oh wow, almost immediately, Astro and Golden Glue just dueling it out. Isunari and Brandon Fatawa. I'm gonna call him that. Okay.
FT Dubs.
Nah. FT Dubs instead of FTW. No, T Dubs.
Brandon T Dubs? No.
Brandon T Dubs.
No, that doesn't sound right. You gotta go with FT Dubs or FTW.
All of these little skirmishes across the map. Latman doing quite a bit of damage there to the Intense Mango, but they did manage to clear away the ward that was placed there, so good on that. Actually, Corki did.
A lot of deep vision being put down by Frank Fang. They have wards in the top lane. They have wards in the blue side jungle of Inertia. Going to be getting vision on where everyone's going, making sure that they can. I mean, obviously it'll spot out a lane swap, but I don't think they're not going for a lane swap themselves either. I don't think either team is going to. We should be getting a pretty standard start. That new bot laugh.
It just reminds me of that bot you made.
Either way, we are going to see. Yep, there's the standard start. Maokai starting off at the Wolf camp, while Rumble just goes straight into lane. Gragas and Nunu both starting the bottom half of their jungle. And we are underway. I kind of consider this the official starting point of most games, unless you have a lot of level 1 shenanigans. This is kind of the real official starting point. It's about 2 minutes in.
We can see that the side of Inertia Gaming already pushing into Frank Fang and the bot lane. And wow, a lot of damage going out to the Intense Mango. Nice combination damage from Bonkish and Latman. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes because there's a lot of shields and a lot of peel coming out of Inertia. There's so much burst damage that could potentially come out of Frank Fang Gaming here that it may just prove that peel irrelevant. Already hitting level 2 on both sides here. The Intense Mango going to be hit up with the Ignite. There's the exhaust ticking down onto Latman. And The Intense Mango going to be forced to go under the tower, already having to recall there. Frank Fan Gaming with the slight advantage here.
Yeah, and that could be a big advantage as Sivir is going back without much money here. So the Intense Mango just going to be picking up a bunch of potions. And, yeah, that's not going to do very good for the side of Inertia. But up top. Oh boy, here comes Gragas to come in with the counter gank. Brendan FTW doing what he can to get away from this, trying to put some extra damage back with the Flame Spitter.
Brandon FTW going to be forced to flash over the wall. 14A going to be forced to flash as well. But First Blood going over to the Nunu. Brandon Fatawa going to be the next target here. And that's going to be the double kill going over to Dank Jungler. Very unfortunate start here for Fang Fang Gaming. 2 kills going over to Nunu. That's not the jungler you want to give kills over to, especially with how badly he snowballs and just counter jungles you once he gets ahead.
Yeah, and 2 kills for Inertia. Again, both of them going on to Nunu, though. So, like you mentioned, it is going to make his counter jungling really strong. Golden Glue actually taken pretty low there by Astro. But, in the long run, yeah, it'll make him a little bit stronger for counter jungling and such, but in the long run, would have preferred to maybe get one of those kills onto Izunari to help Maokai scale up better in that top lane, get him to that big tanky tree late game port stats that he is so well known for. Meanwhile, the skirmishing just continuing in this bottom lane. Both teams really being super aggressive down here. The 2 duo lanes. No jungle presence from either side yet, as they are, obviously both junglers were seen up top not too long ago.
Oh, and here goes Latin with the empowered auto attacks from the Nami. And wow, did you see the amount of damage that goes out from Lucian Nami? Sivir already taken down yet again to a fourth of her HP.
Yeah, and she's already used, or it's already down to just 1 potion left. Here comes
the gank in the top lane. Twisted advance onto 14A, stopping the belly slam with the arcane smash. Good job from Izunari stopping that gank from being successful. And it's going to be a bit of wasted time up there for Gragas. Meanwhile, Nunu is soloing the dragon. And in the bot lane, we see Tsum LFT going to be engaged on by Latman and Bonkish, but Latman eating quite a bit of return damage as well. Not exactly the position he wanted to be. Golden Glue eating quite a bit of damage there from Astro, but Astro is right now. Valkyrie's over the wall. There's the Phosphorus Bomb. There's the Ignite. Heal being popped there by Astro as well as the Flash. Going to be able to get away safely, but he is the fact that he ended up walking towards the Nunu is going to make them have to give up the dragon there. Intense Mango going to be eating quite a bit of damage there. One more attack should be able to pick it up. Latman diving the tower, being able to pick up the kill there onto the Intense Mango. Double kill onto the Janna as well, and he's going to be going down to the Dank Jungler. But here comes Golden Glue and 14A. They were able to take the dragon that Dank Jungler couldn't finish. But unfortunate there for Inertia Gaming there. Frank Fan Gaming picking up 2 kills and a dragon. But the Nunu picking up another kill there in the bot lane.
And the thing is, though, it's Nunu with all 3 kills on the side of Inertia Gaming. Frank Fan getting a lot out of that last skirmish. Again, 2 kills onto them, both of them onto Lucian, and stealing the dragon away because of the aggressiveness of Golden Glue with this Corki. He went in, forced Astro, saw he had very little mana left, and just went super aggressive on him. It forced Astro to have to walk towards that dragon, just trying to get maybe some assistance from the Nunu, anything like that. It did keep him alive, but it forced Dank Jungler to have to back off of the dragon and give it over to Frank Fang instead. Oh boy, that's
it's gonna be really something considering how Latman was able to pick up 2 kills there in the bot lane. What he's gonna be able to pull off there. Izunari and being engaged on yet again in the top lane. And there goes the 14A on that Gragas with the barrel slam, picking up another kill there for his team, evening out the kills now. And the gold evened out as well.
Yeah, 14A is such a good jungler. This is, I think, the second or third time we've seen him play Gragas as well. And he's so aggressive with it, just constantly in lanes. Is actually Nunu, just trying to be a nuisance down in this bottom lane.
Great shields coming out of Tsum, blocking the damage from Lucian onto the Intense Mango. Every time he goes in, shield. Every time he goes in again, shield. Over and over and over and over and over and over. And the Intense Mango is just sitting relatively safe right now.
Yeah, despite having that 2-kill advantage on Lucian, the items aren't actually that different. It's really just a Dorn's Blade and Boots being the difference between these two AD carries. But here comes
Latman going in yet again onto the Intense Mango. Shield not enough. Sivir took a little bit of damage that time.
And it's the one problem for the side of Frank Fang's dual lane here is it's a little bit predictable. Every time Nami puts the auto attack buff onto Latman, you know he wants to try and dash forward and get some shots off. And while, yeah, it's a really strong buff to put on, it gets a lot of damage out. Being too predictable, like right there, it's so obvious they're going forward that they are able to back up. They're just trying to zone, though, at this point because of where the minion wave is. A little bit earlier when he was doing it, it wasn't quite in such a good position. And the fact that they're just slow pushing this out, going to be freezing that lane right around that area, forcing Intense Mango and Tsum to just not be able to get anything out of this lane. They aren't even able to stay in experience range without the risk of this happening.
Wow. And Latman with the auto attacks, picking up the kill onto the Intense Mango. Unfortunately, Nami also burned her flash there for some reason.
Yeah, a little bit much to use the flash aggressively there from Banquish, but you know, if you get the kill out of it, it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, yeah, it would be nice to still have the flash up, but you got the kill. The flash wasn't a part of it, but the kill still happened.
Again, 14A with the flash body slam into Isunari. Isunari should be able to go down here. Brandon FTW trying to get this kill. The ventral maelstrom was popped, but it wasn't enough. The Absolute Zero almost being able to pick up the kill there on Brandon FTW, but he does go down to the Dank jungler. 14A going in for the dive though, and he does get the kill onto the Nunu. 4-1 and 0 on this Nunu, but 14A on this Gragas, 2-1 and 1. Doing a very good job at keeping Isunari down and getting Brandon very far ahead. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, we do see the exhaust as well as the monsoon sending Latman back towards the Intense Mango. He's going to be eating quite a bit of damage there. And there comes the tidal wave,
heal.
But the auto attack, not quite, or just ignoring the tidal wave rather, picking up the kill there onto Latman.
The heal was half a second too late coming out. It was traveling towards Latman, but the auto attack of Sivir got there first, picking up the kill. So 6-5 on the kills, about almost a 2,000 gold lead for Frank Fang Gaming. They do have that tower destroyed in the bottom lane, which is going to free up their duo to start moving around the map a little bit more, as Brandon FTW just continuing to try and pressure the Maokai. He does have a solid lead, 10 CS, as well as, of course, having that kill is going to put him ahead on the gold. The thing for Frank Fang Gaming right now, though, they need to just make sure they just need to keep doing what they've been doing. They have the lead, and their ganks have been working out.
Beautiful spell shield from the Intense Mango, stopping the Aqua Prison there from Banquish. And it's going to be Latman and Banquish with a slight advantage here. But here comes the Dank jungler looking to make something happen here. Latman forced to flash away already. There's the Absolute Zero, but Latman somehow eating the damage there. He was out of range, but it's going to be really unfortunate for him. They're going to most likely be going for the dive here if he sticks around. But here comes 14A. He's going to be looking to make something happen here as well. The Dank jungler going to be his target. But Latman, that's not who you want to be hitting. He does have the buff from the Gromp. Meanwhile, the Intense Mango going to be trying to do a little bit of damage there back to Latman, and Latman going to be going down. 14A looking to make something happen here as well. He gets the kill onto the Intense Mango, but the shutdown onto him goes over to the Nunu yet again. 6-1 and 1 on this Nunu right now. Extremely fed.
Yeah, I think they just didn't quite account for the fact that Nunu was going to be so strong down in that bottom lane. It just didn't. Latman focused everything onto Nunu and couldn't pick up the kill. And while that was happening, Sivir just constantly poking with those boomerang blades with her auto attacks, able to trade 2 kills for 1, and definitely getting the advantage. Actually, it was 3 kills, really. But up top, Brandon and Izunari just constantly duking it out. And this is kind of what you expect, though, from these two top laners. Not even so much the two players, but those two champions.
A bit of damage from the Kog'Maw. Wow.
Dragon did just respawn, so that is why both teams are putting a lot of attention down here. 2 wards being placed for each side, and this could be this point of our next actual big team fight, as everyone except for the top laners is making their way over. Of course, they both do have teleport up, so this is going to be a very important fight going forward, just because whoever wins that one is going to end up with a pretty sizable advantage for the next couple of minutes. Right now, Frank Fang with the better positioning on the area. They have with that Scuttle Crab buff and a couple more wards, but those are about to be cleared out. Go and try and push to mid lane, try and force a defensive response from Inertia, but again, both teams just being so careful right now, neither one wanting to make a critical mistake that could cost them not only the fight, but also the objective, as Dragon's just kind of hanging out in his pit, just waiting, watching, waiting, anticipating.
Nunu going to be starting that up, but 14A looking to maybe go for the steal. It's going to be hard, though, considering that there is
coming in from both.
Smite coming out from Dank Jungler. And here comes Isunari with the teleport. There's Latman coming in from the side, going with the calling onto the Intense Mango. Intense Mango going to be taken extremely low here. The Dragon still being the target here for the Dank Jungler, but they do manage to take down that Dragon, and that's going to be Brandon being taken down as well as Isunari. The both top laners are down right now, and the next target is going to be the Dank Jungler. That's going to be Janna being taken down there by the Lucian. Double kill going over to Latman, and 2 kills for a Dragon and 1 kill. And honestly, in favor of Frank Fang Gaming here. They gave up their Dragon, the Dragon there, but they already had their first Dragon anyway. So it's not like they really missed out on too much. Each team has 1 Dragon. But the fact that Frank Fang Gaming were able to pick up 2 kills and both of them going over to the Lucian is huge right now.
Yeah, getting Latman fed on this Lucian is going to be so important towards their late game. It's really going to be Lucian and Corki as the bulk of their damage. As, oh boy, Lucian, yep, he's going to get the kill onto Sivir there. However, it looks like this should be the mid tower going down in favor of Inertia Gaming with that Blood Boil. Nunu and Cobwall are going to easily take that out. But like you were saying, that fight at Dragon, it showed that Frank Fang Gaming, I feel, has the advantage in these team fights when they do break out, especially in areas like that. The ultimate from Rumble, that equalizer, was in such a good spot. It split up the team completely. 3 of them went to the right of the equalizer up into the jungle. 2 of them stayed in the river. And if your team is completely split like that, it's going to be very difficult to win full-on fights. Oh boy, Isunari.
Isunari in a bad spot here. But then again, Bonquiche is in one as well. There's an equalizer coming out of Brandon FTW. He's looking to try and get the kill on the Dank Jungler, but Dank Jungler looking to get the kill on Bonquiche instead. But he will go down for his efforts. Shutdown going over to Brandon. And it's going to be Golden Glue flashing over towards the red pit, picking up the kill onto Isunari. 2 kills going over to Frank Fang for their support. Jungler and top laner down.
One thing I don't like there, which, I mean, it's really easy for me to say, you have to, watching it from the spectator's point of view and after the fact, but Bonquiche, just the entire time Nunu was channeling his ultimate after flashing over the wall, Bonquiche was just walking away on the Nami, where for a fact you're not going to get out of the Nunu ultimate in a situation like that. It's going to be, you're going to get hit by it. You're just trying to get as far away from him as you can. But with how low Bonquiche's health was, it was pretty much going to be the ultimate and an Ice Blast was going to get the kill. So if Bonquiche had turned around and actually attacked while that ultimate was channeling along with the Rumble, I feel like they could have gotten the kill.
Ultimate being popped there in the bot lane, and Latman, 2 auto attacks took Sivir down that much. So it's going to be interesting to see if he maybe goes in further, but he's already being taken down extremely low here. Astro and Dank Jungler were here as well for retaliation. So he's going to be forced to back off this tower, and that's going to be a tower going down in favor of Inertia Gaming here. Latman going back in on the Intense Mango. Nunu is still around, though. He's going to be looking to make something happen here as well. There's the Challenging Smite, and there's the auto attacks combined with the Piercing Light going out onto the Intense Mango. Latman picking up yet another kill there in the bot lane. In the mid lane, we see a tower being taken down there. Golden Glue looking to get the kill onto Janna. Isunari went in on 14A, stopping him from going any further as well. Latman still running away from the Dank Jungler.
Yeah, he's going to be running right into his team, though, trying to get the support.
There's the absolute zero. Instant pop. Dang Juggler picking up a kill there onto Latman. Brandon FTW eating a ton of damage from Astro's Kog'Maw. Is he going to go down, though? That's one snowball. Is he going to be able to go down? And it's going to be Isunari picking up the kill there onto Brandon FTW with the Twisted Advance and then auto attack.
Yeah, so maybe one of those situations where Latman should have just given himself up. Instead, dragged everyone up to that top lane, and it was a second kill that Inertia was able to pick up in towards the mid lane. And so if he had just kind of said, okay, I got my kill, I'm happy, it would have actually been a little bit more beneficial. But once again, very easy for me to say from where I'm sitting.
I blame you. It's all your fault.
Okay. I'm not even sure how that one would even work, but okay.
You told Latman to go.
I did. Okay.
Yep, and it looks like it is going to be an AP mid Corki, by the way. He has a needlessly large rod.
Well, that's actually something that's become pretty common for the mid Corki, is you get the Trinity Force and then a Ludens Echo. So that's what I'm fully expecting that needlessly large rod to be turned into here for Golden Glue. Kog'Maw already has that Ludens Echo, getting that as his first item just to help increase his burst damage, and now going to be stacking up a Tear of the Goddess as well. Well, you look at the junglers, and both of them obviously opting for the Cinderhulk enchantment, but then you see the difference in build styles as Gragas on 14A decided to build the Locket of the Iron Solari, giving his entire team that magic resist, which is so important against the team that they're up against. Sivir is really their only AD threat on the team. So by stacking magic resist and getting magic resist for everyone, it makes the entire team more durable and able to just last longer in these fights.
And then if you look on the side of Inertia, you see two Righteous Glories being built. These guys are looking for the fights. They're looking to really get the engages onto Latman and Golden Glue to try and win these team fights.
Dragon is about to spawn again. It will be the third one of the game, so both teams want to start now stacking up towards that fifth. But it looks like Frank Fang just focusing on getting themselves some vision control. They do have two wards there that they missed out on. But here comes Inertia moving in. This is going to be another big fight. We've already seen one happen here. And looks like we're about to get number two. Once one team decides to make a move, Dragon is started, and this is going to be the fight starting very quickly.
And you can just see the amount of damage Kog'Maw's putting out. There's the equalizer, zoning out the Sivir and the Kog'Maw, the two tanks in the front line there from Inertia, soaking up so much of the damage out of Frank Fan Gaming. Latman eating a ton of damage as well. And honestly, no kills going over to either side so far.
And I Dragon
feel
reset.
Like Inertia has the slight advantage due to the fact that they have Kog'Maw just peppering them down with living artillery. And here's the teleport yet again from Isunari. He's going to be going in. He tops the Righteous Glory, but he's not going to be able to find a target to single out. Brandon FTW eating quite a bit of damage there from those living artilleries from Kog'Maw. And that's the Dragon being secured there by Inertia Gaming there. Dang Jungler going to be the target here. 14A, he's going to be taken extremely low, and that's going to be one kill going over to the Intense Mango. One kill going down in favor of Inertia. And Frank Fan Gaming looking to get something in return, but Nunu flashing over the wall, just barely surviving here. The Intense Mango going to be taken down, actually. Great job by Lucian. However, RNG's is on his side. That crit instantly bursting down that Sivir. 1 for 1. However, the Dragon did go over to Inertia Gaming this time. So, slightly in favor of them right now. But the gold lead is still in favor of Frank Fan Gaming.
Yeah, and that's because of having the extra kill, the extra tower, and a big CS lead in the top lane for Rumble. That's really where all that gold is coming from. The problem they had in that fight was that they used all of their ultimates. They had a beautiful fight started, but they weren't able to finish anybody off. Instead, it was just a lot of damage onto most of the members of Inertia, but they weren't able to actually pick up any kills. And from that point on, they had no ultimates left. You know, Gragas is a huge game-changing ult that it's tough to fight without. So is the Equalizer, and so is the Culling. And without any of those ultimates available, they just weren't able to try and re-engage until after the Dragon had already gone down in favor of Inertia.
That's extremely unfortunate. They're just not able to put the damage onto the carries because the front line has already gotten so strong from Inertia. Nunu's sitting at, let me see, how much HP is he at? Almost 3,000 HP right now. And Isunari sitting at almost 3,000 HP as well. He's at 2.5k. And to be able to burst those tanks down, it's going to be really hard for Frank Fan Gaming, at least at this stage of the game. So they need to try and get to the back line, but because of the fact that their back line consists of Kog'Maw and Sivir, they're just going to be staying really far back and just making sure to deal the long range damage instead of the short range damage. Dang jungler just recalling in the bush, doesn't even care.
Oh,
wow,
boy.
Golden Blue eating a ton of damage there. Astro peppering him down with those living artilleries. And taking him down to half HP. Really strong on this Kog'Maw right now. Completed Seraph's Embrace as well as a Luden's Echo.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Lucian on Latman he's 8-4-1, so he's still extremely strong for these fights. But as you were mentioning, it's so difficult for the side of Frank Fan Gaming to get onto the back line of Inertia. They don't have any, aside from those ultimates when they first go out, they don't have any really hard CC. They don't have a way to lock down members of Inertia in place for a long time.
Oh, it's going to be Isunari going in on Brandon. And here comes Astro looking to make something happen here as well. There's the equalizer slowing him down, doing quite a bit of damage there. But Isunari able to pick up the kill there on Brandon FT Dubs.
Yeah, just a little bit too far out on his own for Brandon on this Rumble. And giving a kill over pretty much for nothing to Inertia Gaming. And this is such a close game. Only 1,000 gold separates these two teams 25 minutes in. And this is going to be one of those ones I think really relies on. It's going to come down to the dragon. That's what I'm looking for. Either the dragon getting up to 5 stacks, or it's just going to get to a point where we get super late game and one team just catches someone out of position, starts up a huge fight, aces them, and just walks all the way down the lane. I feel like it's going to stay close pretty much all game, as they are just pretty evenly matched thus far.
One thing that I would have to say is better from the side of Inertia is the fact that they're all rotating together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
They're just moving as a solid unit. Kog'Maw occasionally going off on his own to pick up some farm, or as you can see here, picking up the blue buff. But for the most part, the tanks are staying with Sivir and Janna, anticipating these fights and just waiting for something to start.
Yeah, I think the longer this game goes on, really Frank Fang does start to have a bit of an advantage, if only because of the fact of where the gold is on their team. As we take a look at the individual gold values, the highest gold earned for Inertia is on Nunu. And you're not going to be able to carry a game on the back of Nunu. Whereas you look at Frank Fang and it's Lucian. He is one of those ones that can carry.
Floor is being paused, but completely distraught by 14. He's going to be knocking them away. And that's going to be, Golden Glue picking up the kill there onto the Intense Mango, and the Brandon FTW picking up the kill onto that Nunu. Both of the tanks finally down from Inertia Gaming, and Frank Fang looked maybe towards going for that Baron, seeing as how it is up. They are going to have to be careful for Astro, though, who does have quite a bit of damage behind him, and if he does rain down that living artillery, it definitely will not be in their favor. T-Some LFT eating quite a bit of damage there from Bonkish, and Astro going to be singled out there. Latman picking up the kill, and Brandon FTW going over the teleport and the home guards picking up the kill there onto T-Some LFT. And that's going to be the Baron, uncontested, in favor of Frank Fan Gaming. Basically an ace.
Yeah, that was exactly what Frank Fang needed here. And again, that's what I was literally just talking about, the fact that they were going to have a slight advantage because of where that gold is. Again, Nunu with all the gold on the side of Inertia, but he's not going to be the one that's going to carry your game. You are not going to win a game on the back of a Nunu. You can win a game on the back of a Lucian. And that is what Latman is doing right now. 10-4-2 on him. He has almost half of his team's kills, and now Frank Fang just going to be walking into the Dragon Pit.
And the Intense Mango on the side, on the back of Gragas and Rumble alone, going to be taken down, and it's gonna be the Dragon going down in favor of Inertia. But the AD carry and jungler from Inertia Gaming being taken down there. 1 kill going over to Gragas, 1 kill going over to Rumble.
Yeah, and with this Baron buff, this should be at least the inner tower going down in favor of Frank Fang. Yeah, Kog'Maw can clear out these minions pretty effectively, but with only 3 people there to defend, they are not going to want to be sticking around too long. There goes the inner tower, and Frank Fang Gaming is now starting to pull ahead about 8,000 gold all of a sudden from just a couple minutes ago when it was 1,000 gold. So huge turn of events for them over the last couple minutes here, and they're now firmly in the driver's seat.
It looks like we're just going to be seeing Frank Fang looking to try and push as much as they can with this Baron. It's unfortunate that they couldn't get the Dragon, and they've been able to pick up the kills, but they keep missing out on that one big objective, and if they let them get to 5 dragons, it may potentially be a problem, especially considering how much damage Kog'Maw can dish out, especially AP Kog'Maw towards the late game.
Yeah, Frank Fang, now that they've gotten themselves a lead here, they just need to continue doing more of the same. Sivir has been, for the most part, not terribly effective. Only 3, 8, and 4 on the Intense Mango, and a lot of that's just been the fact that Latman has just been outperforming. And again, the fact that I'm gonna keep coming back to it. Nunu having most of the kills for Inertia is not a good thing for them. Yeah, it's great to get those kills and just make sure you secure them, but once you start getting to this stage of the game, the fact that you weren't able to use those early kills that Nunu got to snowball other people is going to start really hurting.
You can just see how much damage Living Artillery is putting out. Latman taken down to about half HP there on Kog'Maw alone. Oh, and there's the explosive cast, knocking away 4 members of Inertia. And not much really going to be happening there. No Righteous Glories popped. Just a Locket of the Iron Solari popped and a couple of ultimates from Frank Fang Gaming. And they can't really push into the base of Inertia without getting into a fight. So they need to single out a target, possibly Astro, possibly the Intense Mango, before they're able to successfully push into the base of Inertia.
Yeah, they're going to need to rely on getting one of those picks. The wave clear from Inertia Gaming is extremely strong, so they will be able to turtle and defend underneath those inhibitors for quite some time. Either getting a pick or just wait for Baron to be up. It should be a few minutes from now when that objective does come back onto the map. And if Frank Fang can secure another Baron, they should be able to use that to push past this inhibitor line. They only have 1 inner tower remaining to take down in that bottom lane before all that's left is these inhibitors. So we're at a point where with no neutral objectives on the board, it is just going to be a lot about the vision and trying to maybe catch someone out of position like Nunu, who's off on his own here for a little bit, but there's no one really in position to capitalize on that. So they will be staying safe for now. It's Golden Glue just trying to pressure this mid lane, and this is where Frank Fang is going to be looking to use this lead they have and force their way in.
I'm really surprised that they're opting to tank up all that damage. They have a minion wave, it was just a little bit behind, and wow, that minion wave does not even survive. There's the engagement onto 14A, and there's the equalizer zoning out the Kog'Maw's not even there. What am I talking about? Forky coming in from the backside there. The dang jungler going to be the target here. Latman on a rampage, he's going for another. There's a kill. Another kill going over to the Rumble. Double kill going over to the Rumble, actually. Picking up a kill there onto the Nunu and the Janna. This is also going to be the bot lane inner tower, going down in favor of Frank Fang Gaming. 3 for 0 in favor of Frank Fang Gaming here. But they were taken so low.
Yeah, they were taken so low that the threat of Kog'Maw Sivir with the range they had, forcing them to have to recall. However, they got the objective they wanted. They got even more gold under their belt. 12,000 gold lead now in their favor. And this gold differential has just skyrocketed over the last 10 minutes or so. It has been really impressive for Frank Fang. They've just started to get the fights that they really need and pushed the advantage they have. The advantage of, again, their carries just being in a better position, having more items, and it's turning the game heavily in their favor now. Up 10 kills, 24-14. As you see, both Baron and Dragon going to be up within the next minute. So 30 seconds on Dragon, 1 minute on Baron. And you have to assume that Frank Fang is just going to not even really care about the Dragon unless they're just forced. Unless they're forced away from Baron, they're probably just going to say, all right, we'll go contest Dragon. But their primary focus is going to be on this Baron. Oh, this could be a fight. Equalizer
There's
down.
the equalizer coming out of the Rumble. Beautiful equalizer, actually. Making them go around the long way for Inertia Gaming. Here comes 14A with the flash body slam into Tsunari. Golden Glue now going on a killing spree, picking up the kill there onto T-Sim LFT. Tsunari going to be sent right towards Frank Fang Gaming, and that's going to be him being taken down as well. The Intense Mango going to be the target here for Latin. Double kill going over to him, and the Dank Jungler going to be the next target here for Golden Glue. Is he going to be able to get the kill? No, he's actually not going to be able to secure that. Astro and the Dank Jungler are only ones alive here for Inertia Gaming here. This is going to be the inhibitor being taken down for Frank Fang Gaming. Oh, wow. The Living Artillery taking down Golden Glue. His first death this game.
Yeah, Golden Glue's positioning has been absolutely phenomenal for the majority of this game, as he did just take his first death there. Of course, Kog'Maw also only sitting on 1 death, so both these mid laners have been doing a great job of fulfilling their role of just staying back, playing safe, and putting out tons of damage. But Dragon does go over, and here's another fight. 14A actually going to be going back in to the fight. Izunari, the equalizer dropped down.
Brandon FTW eating quite a bit of damage here. He's extremely low, and that's going to be Astro from the backside, picking up the kill there with the Living Artillery. But Latman picking up a double kill, 1 kill there onto the Janna, 1 kill there onto the Maokai. 14A trying to make something happen here against Astro as well. He's going to be taken extremely low there, and that's 14A picking up the kill there onto Astro, and the Intense Mango also going down to Latman there. Ace in favor of Frank Fang Gaming, and they're looking towards the Baron yet again. Once they do take this Baron, this probably will be the end of the game.
Yeah, that's, again, Frank Fang Gaming. The game had been so close for the first 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden, Frank Fang Gaming, it was like they just hit a switch and have just taken complete control of this matchup from that point. They got the Dragon. It's only their second of the game, so they're not going to worry about it too much, but they got the Baron now. There's a big minion wave in this bottom lane. They have supers pushing in mid. They should be able to just go ahead and go in and finish this game off.
Yeah, I would say so as well. They have the definite team fight advantage. And I would have to say, if Frank Fang Gaming looked to doing well in the semifinals, what they're going to have to do is work on their early game, because there was a relatively sloppy play from both sides. However, Frank Fang Gaming, they finally flipped a switch. It was even for so long that game. They were just trading kills back and forth, but the objectives were going in favor of Inertia. If they're able to work on their objective game and still go for those kills like that, then they should be able to do fine going towards the semifinals. But if they just clean it up a little bit, it will definitely benefit them going towards any tournaments that they do, actually.
Yeah, so Frank Fang with this Baron buff, now just moving towards this top lane. And again, it should just be a matter of time before they manage to finish this one out. As, wow, that Harpoon did so much damage to Astro. And there's so many minions up on this top lane.
Fight. There's the Locket of the Iron Solar pop there by 14A. Latman being taken down by Astro. And it's going to be the turret going down. And Brandon Fatawa picking up the kill there onto the Sivir. The next target is going to be Astro, and that's going to be Golden Glue picking up the kill there with the Phosphorus Bomb onto Astro. And Brandon Fatawa going in with the Flame Splitter onto the Maokai towards the Nexus Towers. And that is probably going to be the game. The only ones alive are T-Sim and the Dank Jungler. This should be it. And Latman not even hitting the towers. Go hit the towers, Latman.
Yep, there they go. Now taking out the Nexus Towers. First one is down. The second one is down. Latman wants more kills. Nunu just going to do what he can, but it's not going to be enough. There's another kill for Frank Fang, and the Nexus is going down, and that is going to be the game for Frank Fang Gaming. Congratulations to them, dropping Inertia down to 7-1. Inertia's first loss on the season. Frank Fang Gaming now at 6-1. They do still need a little bit of help. They need Inertia to lose another game, actually their last game, which I believe is actually against, I can pull that up. Inertia Gaming has one more game coming up in Week 9 against Ignition Gaming. So Frank Fang really going to have to be rooting for Ignition in that final week, and they have to win out their last 2 games as well. But great job there for Frank Fang picking up the victory. That's going to do it for us tonight here at the League of Legends Amateur Summoners Tournament presented by Esports HQ. Make sure you guys tune in on Saturday when we will have 3 more games for you. And the first game is at noon, so noon Eastern. So make sure you are tuned in. Check out the action. It is going to be Zenith Esports versus Supernova, Darkest Night Gaming taking on Legendary Threats, and Ignition Gaming versus VWS Gaming. It's going to be a big day. We are getting close to the end of the season. We hope to see you all then. One last time, I'm Tasty Bacon.
And I'm Cyber Owl.
We hope to see you all then. Take care.